Saturday night, by the way, is going to be a live telethon called All for the Land COVID-19 Relief Live. This is going to be Saturday from 8 to 11 p.m. on Channel 19. It'll be simulcast here on MMS and on WTAM 1100. With a lot of us involved in this. Cavaliers are a big part of this as well. Some Monsters players and coaches are going to be part of this. Josh Cribbs and his wife, they do that show Cribbs in the CLE. There's going to be some interviews, and there's going to be musical performances, and there's going to be a lot of good stuff. It is to celebrate, of course, thank local heroes and organizations that have been working their hardest in Northeast Ohio. They've been indispensable. And it's also to generate funding for the United Way of Greater Cleveland, Food Bank of Greater Cleveland. So it's hyper-focused on Northeast Ohio, obviously. So that is this Saturday night. You'll hear it here on MMS. You can see it on Channel 19.
Hate speech free as well.
Hate speech free.
I mean, we probably don't have to mention that, but I feel like, now you know, for sure.
I think any time that you can mention that as a hook, you should do it. They're also encouraging people to send a photo or a video of someone they know who is essential to keeping Northeast Ohio going. So whether it's doctors and nurses or first responders or grocery store employees or basically anyone.
Hey, if someone's staying home, they're helping.
Yeah.
So it could be anybody.
And there's an email address there you can send something. But the entire exhaustive bit of information for you is at WMMS.com. You'll see the thing there for the All for the Land COVID-19 Relief Live. It is Saturday night from 8 to 11.
Did see some
We
article.
hope you'll join us.
Some article today that was about a DoorDash employee that took a sip of someone's drink before they dropped it off. And they got caught on camera.
Cody. He lives off that. Not saying that all delivery
Uber
people
Eats.
do that.
Yeah, but you probably don't get drinks, do you?
A lot of these people do.
If I do get drinks, they're sealed. Like
I would
You
never
get like a
get
20-ounce pop or something?
I would never get a drink from
Like
a
a bottle
delivery
of
service.
pop.
it comes bottled, so I would know if the seal's broken.
Yeah, that's
You're
probably better
saying
than
like a
getting,
fountain
Yeah, this was like a
beverage.
fountain drink that they cracked the top off, took a sip, put it back on, and then delivered it.
But
How
still,
did that get caught on camera?
Because they had a Ring doorbell.
Everybody has cameras now.
They did it while they were waiting at
They
the
were-
person's front door.
Yeah.
Not even in the car?
Mm-hmm.
The audacity.
So he probably did it the whole way there.
Yeah, I don't think we're dealing with Mensa candidates here. I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah.
So
We're dealing with essential people, though.
Yeah, essential people.
Those are essential people.
yeah, no, I don't.
Man,
I don't.
it's hot in here.
I don't really get
It's-
drinks.
It's almost 80.
It says 65. I don't know what you guys want me to
It's
do.
almost 80. Hit the on button.
I think it's broken.
Maybe you have a fever. Maybe you guys should go home.
No, it's not a fever.
The button doesn't move.
The room is hot, not
Yeah,
us.
the room is hot. Just hit it once
I did.
and just leave it.
It's fine. I think that the thing is,
Yeah.
you know.
It gets
Getting all
busted from time
pissy
to time.
with me.
Well, no one's.
Well, it's hot in here,
Well,
so
I
now I'm
didn't
getting
do
it.
it.
I know you
Now
didn't.
imagine feeling like this every single day, only cold.
No, cold is different.
I
No,
think,
I'm saying that's how uncomfortable and annoyed I am every day that I come in here and I'm freezing cold. So suck it. You're allowed to be uncomfortable
yeah,
for
but
one
you
day.
can keep putting blankets on yourself. We can't get naked in here.
I understand.
Much to the chagrin of the audience, I'm sure.
Naked potty.
Hey,
Ellen Cox.
You already said.
You didn't tell me. I said that if it were warm in here every day, I would dress sluttier.
Sluttier.
Because this guy's all live stream
I want
numbers.
views.
And I was like, make it 75 degrees in here. But I didn't know that before I got dressed.
I
today.
have a feeling that the building itself doesn't have the air on.
Oh, I didn't
because
even
we're the
think
only
about
ones
that.
Here, yeah.
You're cutting expenses. That's right.
Well, not even that. I mean, they're like, why are we going to cool the building down if nobody's here, you know?
Because we're here.
Open the window.
We're essential people. We should be essentially comfortable.
We could put a fan in here. I mean, I'll bring a fan in.
How is your room hot and my room's not hot? And my room's so much smaller.
You're not in the same
You're not on the same
thermostat that
thing?
we are.
I'm gonna check Rachel's studio and see what it is.
Because, yeah, you guys are in the same one over there. It is. Yeah, it's approaching 80 degrees.
Again.
We were talking
super
about
comfortable.
Robin Williams playing Teddy Roosevelt in Teddy Roosevelt.
Just said you're going to change your ways. Don't go back on it.
Bill, I need 21 days to develop a new habit.
Be
right?
better, okay?
Thank you.
Do better.
Do better.
You got my magnet.
I have a magnet to that effect on my refrigerator. Stephen Cann points out that this August it'll be 6 years since Robin Williams died.
I watched a documentary on him. It's so sad, everything that was going on in his life at that time.
Yeah.
What was going on?
I mean, they said he had other diseases besides like dementia, and then that was he had attempted suicide before.
He was a guy that tried to make everybody else happy, but was really pretty miserable inside.
He said, they said before he hung himself, he actually would slit his wrist to see if he could take the pain of like trying to commit suicide. So he slit his wrist, but not to kill himself, but just to test it, I guess.
Like he didn't go too deep. He just wanted
hesitation marks.
Because they found like the knife and like his blood trail all around, and they're like, but he hung himself. So it was just a bunch of different things. It was really
bleeding
sad.
out would take so long.
I think that's
You
probably
would
why he
think.
didn't do it.
I actually don't know how long it takes when you slit your wrist to bleed out.
I think it would take longer from your wrists than it would somewhere else. I mean, if you slice a major artery, your carotid or your the one in your leg, femoral artery, something like that, you're going to go pretty quick. But I think if you, unless you really open them up, I mean, you know,
you have to go long
Down
ways.
the-
got to go long ways.
Down the river, not across the road. It's like never eat soggy Wheaties. You know, you
Right.
learn things to remember the important things in life.
What My Chemical Romance song taught you that?
No, I had a friend in 6th grade who cut, and she was like, she did it for attention. I mean, I'm not saying she wasn't depressed, but she was that type of person who like
She liked when people saw
she
it.
had all she like refused to wear. Some people who would cut, I mean, this was when wristbands were a really big thing too,
Yeah.
that everyone just wore the wristbands from like Hot Topic and whatever. She wouldn't refuse to wear wristbands. She would just like show her dark hair, makeup in her
Man,
face, like
I tell you
know.
what
now.
Huh?
What you doing now?
She has a job. She came to a show actually like 2 years ago, and I hadn't seen her.
She's a
and I were
chef,
really close.
Bill. She took those cutting skills and made a career out of it.
There is nothing sadder when you see someone who's is supposed to be like punk rock or whatever, and then like they look like their hair is almost like balding or like raw because they dye their hair so much. And I didn't realize because there was this one,
That is punk rock.
but like he was dyeing it black, and then I was just like, why do you wear your hair like that? He's like what? And I'm like,
All shaved in the middle. Why do you wear your
it
hair
wasn't-
like
Roof, what are you doing
He
up
wasn't
there?
losing it. I think his hair was just falling out from all the dye, but he was like, it's just a look. And I'm like, that's a look?
Was it falling out from all the dye, or was he like super skinny?
He was super skinny, and I think it was falling
So
out
you
because
could
of
have
the
been
dye.
malnourished. Because when you are starving yourself like that, your hair gets real thin.
He was tall, but he was a dick, though. I hated that guy.
And that is punk rock too. Boy,
his
this
hair
guy was
fall out.
he was
committed.
He was keeping it 100.
Like, he was telling me how gay and black I was. I was like, well, that's why your parents got divorced, and it's your fault. And then after that, he wore nothing but black after
I
that.
think it's kind of hard for you to hurl, parent
I'm black
stuff.
and I'm gay.
Why?
Because your parents aren't together.
But the thing is, my parents were never
Married.
Yeah, they were never married,
that's
so
true.
I didn't cause anything. They hated each other before I was born.
So I just called in to just writing some, just getting in there.
That's right.
That's
So-
Rick reading Poundcake's article.
My emo friend taught me the down the river, not across the road thing.
Yeah.
And her cuts were across the road.
Yeah.
That's how you knew they were.
Well, that's how you know, right? Still a cry for help.
Still a cry for help.
If you're doing that for attention, you've got my attention.
Yeah.
Hey, O.J. Simpson wanted to weigh in on Tiger King. He figured, hey, everybody else talking about Tiger King, why not me?
Yeah, why not get an expert?
If you follow OJ on Twitter, boy, this guy has got no shortage of opinions. I think he figures, look, there's got to be a statute of limitations on people caring if I'm a double murderer, so I'll weigh in on another murder. And a large portion of Tiger King, or at least a subplot of it, is that there is a certain belief that the woman Carol Baskin murdered her long-missing husband by feeding him to one of the tigers. He was a millionaire who just one day disappeared. She says, ha ha ha, it's so silly, people are so stupid, why would I ever, he just up and disappeared. So I don't think she fed him to a tiger, but I think somebody did something, because this guy just hadn't shown up. He left his family to go run off with Carol Baskin, and so they're talking to his family, his grown daughters, and they're all upset because they never saw the guy again.
And they also lost a bunch of money.
And thought that she
Yeah.
killed her.
Yeah, they didn't get
Killed
like the
him.
inheritance, right?
Yeah, that
So they got like a
She
real
got like
meager
80%
amount.
of it.
Yeah.
They between the two daughters and the mom, it was like they all split 20% or something.
Yeah.
And how is a family going to live on 20% of millions of dollars?
Well, you
I
tell
mean,
us, Alan.
really. I live on 100% of millions of dollars, Mary.
So that's easy.
There's
Still
no way
count.
to know what the math is, Bill.
Nope. Can't do it.
So OJ is on team, yeah, she murdered her husband.
Takes one to know one.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, boy, you look in the mirror, and there's something there. You've got some information psychologically that we don't have.
people on my case asking me to watch some show called Tiger King. Well, yesterday I watched this show, and oh my God, is America in this bad a shape? I watched about 6 episodes of this
Hot take.
show, and I couldn't even believe what I was looking at. White people! What's with you and wild animals? Leave them animals alone. The show is crazy. But it's so crazy.
White people. Like that white guy, Mike Tyson, who was way into tigers for a long time.
Yeah.
Remember that guy?
He didn't have
That
a
white
zoo.
guy, Mike Tyson? Huh?
I mean, the show's about white people.
Yeah.
Kind of keep watching. One thing I will say, there's not a shred of doubt in my mind that lady's husband is tiger sushimi right now.
Tiger sashimi right now. I think it's sushimi. She's a menus to this whole world.
I think sashimi was probably the word he was grasping for. But there you go. OJ's take on Carol Baskin. And, there's been some back and forth because of the popularity of this show on Netflix. There has been more focus now put on this woman. They're like, maybe somebody should look into this again. But I was reading this long article with the sheriff in Tampa down there. And he's like, look, I know everybody's excited about this, but we've already done this investigation.
I already took my bribe, and things are done.
Listen,
We've
she gave
looked
me
this way and that.
She gave me the highest color shirt. I'm allowed to walk around the park whenever I want.
That's right.
That'd be great if he's doing this interview while he's petting a tiger. He's like, listen, nothing happened. Me and Carol are friends. Everything's fine.
Yeah. I don't know why everybody's got to keep bringing up stuff
All
that
I
happened 20 years ago.
I have the season finale left of that. I watched episodes 5 and 6 last night.
And your thoughts?
It's great. I mean, it's one of those where I had to do, again, I'm doing that workout, right?
Yeah.
Last night was supposed to be 143 squats because Joe's name is one squat every time they say Joe's name. And this was about him going to jail and everything like
Sure,
that.
a lot of Joes.
It's so many Joes. 143 in
Get
two
back to work.
45 minutes once. But I'm excited. I want to know what happens with this Jeff Lowe guy and taking over the zoo while Joe's in prison.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they that they do more with all that B-roll they said that they've got.
I just watched the episode, the one last night where the dude. Are we just doing spoilers on this now? Do I have to say spoiler alert?
I mean, I can play it for you. Hold on. For everybody who hasn't watched the whole thing yet.
Don't turn us off. Turn the radio down.
Oh, God bless it.
Give him time to turn the radio down.
I know. I'm like, what is happening?
I just like to give people enough time to be aware that, okay.
When a dude shot himself in the head.
Yeah.
And it was just you saw the guy's reaction, and I was like,
that's what I say. And he does the Macaulay Culkin, and he just goes,
I know, he puts his hand on his face, and he's just sitting there, and you can see him mouthing. He's like, Travis. Travis. And
And
then
the
he
fact that
comes
he
back.
thought it was a joke.
Well, he's
I'm
he said as soon as he pulled the trigger, I knew that he was dead. He's like, I know what happens when you do that. He's like, but I was in disbelief.
shock.
Yeah. That was, I couldn't believe that they showed, you saw the light from the, oh
Yeah.
my God. That was nuts.
They didn't show anything. Though.
They showed the light, you could see the
You could
light
see
from
the
the
flash.
gun. You heard
Yeah.
it.
I must have missed the
all
flash.
the footage, man. All the footage that they have, and they have bonus footage. Apparently, of course, there's going to be a sequel to all their major releases on Netflix like that. Apparently, Beyonce visited the zoo. That's why I heard she was a visitor at his zoo. So they have all these celebrities
God.
visiting this place, and now they're going to be pulled into this mess.
And not that he would know it was wrong, but I did get a good laugh at Joe not knowing that embezzlement was illegal. That made me laugh when the dude was explaining to him. He's like, you can't write personal checks from the company to yourself.
Right.
This is illegal. And he's like, I was just trying to run my campaign.
I mean, you don't want to pay for my bumper stickers?
It's my business, my zoo. I can write the check.
Sure.
That gave me a pretty good laugh.
Better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
What's embezzlement?
How can they show
Joe
that-
Exotic is in COVID-19 isolation, however, in prison where he is. They're not confirming that he has it, just that he is in, I guess Andy Cohen has recovered from coronavirus, and he was talking to Dylan. He was at the end of that show, that Joe Exotic has
His
a
new
fourth
husband.
husband, and he's saying
Is it
that...
fourth? Is that his fourth?
I think he was his fourth husband.
Wait, no, he had
No,
three.
because he had two.
He had two at the same time, but didn't he have one
He
before
had
that?
one before that.
Oh, okay.
I
One
forgot
before that, then the two at the same time, and now
right.
this new guy.
This guy's number 4.
This last one is hot.
Well, this is the
Yeah.
last one.
This
Dylan
last one.
Posad, taking Joe's name. So, yeah, he said that he is in COVID-19 isolation in jail. Hey, Brian.
Alan,
What up?
quick nerd alert. There is a major artery in the wrist. It's the radial artery, which is a continuation of the brachial artery.
Oh, right. Not the ulnar artery?
No, sir.
Oh, boy.
That's why they take your pulse in your wrist, and when you get an IV, it's usually in your forearm.
That is also because I'm very, very protective of my arms in general. Anytime I have a doctor's appointment, I always request that they take my pulse from my taint.
That's a good place, too.
It's a more accurate pulse.
And a little more pleasant.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, Brian. I do it because I respect the medical profession.
As well you should.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Alan.
All right. There you go. So the artery, listen, you got to be careful, right? Playing with knives, messing around. David Spade, because After Dark, what's his show? After Dark?
Lights out.
Lights Out with David Spade. Hasn't been on in a while, so he's just kind of doing, Skype interviews with people. And he did one with that Rick Kirkham guy. The dude...
He's like the reality show
yes,
producer.
everybody in this show is shady, right? Doesn't matter what they're doing. Everybody's shady because scumbags attract
Wait,
other scumbags to
A
what they're
reality
doing.
television producer is a shady individual.
Well, listen, there are a lot of... When you're at this level, it is.
Yeah,
there are plenty of people working for...
every level it is.
Studios. Rick Kirkham was the guy, if you've been watching Tiger King, that was the black shirt, black hat guy, right?
Drinking an espresso the whole time.
Yeah, right.
I said Tommy Lee Jones because we were talking about who
Right.
should play people. And I was watching, it's like, man, this guy has got a real Tommy Lee Jones vibe.
Yeah, they alleged, some people believe that he was the one who might have had something to do with the zoo being destroyed or the
fire.
trailer or whatever it is. And so Spade was talking to the guy the other night.
It had like sort of a culty feel to it when they wouldn't leave or come back,
Yeah, there were two separate people in the zoo, two separate groups of people. You have the animal trainers, which were basically runaways, misfits, alcoholics, drug addicts. And then you have the studio crew. We had our own trailer, which were kind of the college-educated, yuppie-type people. And when you mix the two together, it was quite a blend inside, especially when you have 1,200 wild animals and you're getting inside the cages with them all the time.
Now, when you watch Tiger King, one thing becomes abundantly clear. That Rick Kirkham is one yuppie. That guy, boy, he is an elitist of the highest order. But the guy came from television news, believe it or
Rick
not.
Kirkham?
Rick Kirkham did. Because a woman has accused him of being a full-on perv when she worked with him.
Now here it comes. Everything is going
I
to come
was
out
like,
because the whole cast is like, oh, this guy.
Well, like I said, but they're all scumbags to begin with. So
Right.
everybody who sees these people is like, yeah, this guy was this and this guy was this.
I wonder how much.
And is anybody shocked? He's pretty much out of the business already anyway. Like,
What is she trying to take from him?
Well, I don't know.
I'm
It's
sure
just-
they made money from this show.
This is somebody named Kate. She didn't. I don't think she wants anything, but she's like Casey Roberts is her name, and she said, "If you're watching Tiger King, Rick Kirkham was my news director in Great Falls, Montana, in 2013. So it's not like this guy was at CBS News, The man sexually harassed me and tried to destroy my career. Rick would disappear for hours while on shift and take a station vehicle to various watering holes, and then he would drunk text and call the news team at all hours of the night and hand out prescription pills on company property."
Hell
He doesn't
yeah.
sound like a terrible person.
Where's that? We need someone passing out Xanax around
See,
here.
that's the
You
kind
didn't
of...
get yours?
That's the kind of... She goes, he's a con man, a predator. Seeing him in my living room felt like such a violation. That's the kind of fun you can have in small markets. Great Falls, Montana. Nobody really cares. You're taking the vehicle out. Who cares?
He's got Oxy on a Pez machine.
Yes.
It's just like, here, pop one out.
Is she still
Now
at
when-
Great Falls? Is she still in that same market?
I don't believe that
Did
she
she
is.
work her way up?
So when they say watering holes, they mean bars. Right?
Bars, yeah.
There's a hole in the ground, like a tornado
He's not
hole.
going to different springs being like, man, nature's just beautiful.
Man, I don't know that. These
Getting
people are
drunk
nuts.
on the landscape.
Yeah.
They totally could. Montana's a beautiful state.
Various watering holes.
That one's ice cold, but that one's a little warmer. If you want to look into
There's
it.
some elk that like to drink from that one.
Yum.
And sometimes moose.
Now, I think now she is in, where is she? She's in Florida, I think. Oh, no, I'm sorry. She is in central Alabama. But hey, at least she got out of Great Falls, Montana, right? And she only has to look at Rick Kirkham.
If she wants
She's
to.
watching Tiger King.
I have to watch.
But I would imagine, I mean, she goes, I'm triggered watching this. And I take her at her word. But at this point, don't people know who's all in this thing? Like, somebody would have told her, oh my God, that guy that used to be our news director is in this.
Yeah.
Don't watch it. I remember you telling me stories about him. She goes and watches it.
Yeah, but you can also be
And the
triggered
guy's got like
watching
his
it. Like
teeth are rotting out and he's smoking. And
there's
Yeah.
there's scumbags. This whole thing is rife with scumbags that are like, I don't know Doc Antel, but watching him triggers me because I'm like, this guy is a predator. This guy is kind of a trashy dude.
because he leans into it.
Yeah.
He's got like a bleach blonde soul patch and
I
a ponytail and a hat.
Do you know what bothered me
Calls
so
himself
much?
That's
Bhagavan.
how you were attracted to him.
He
a little
like
bit?
he like gave himself like a fake culty
Yeah.
name.
It
you
means
know?
like, what?
leader Bhagavan Rajneesh
like-
or something like that.
Lord's Warriors. It's
There
something
you
stupid
go.
like that. But what bothered me so much about him is I'm like, he could be a decently attractive dude. And some guys have that kind of swagger about them, but I'm like, he's so out of shape. I'm like, do anything. If you're trying to bring in these women and seduce them, can you be a little bit more than this?
Didn't look like it was working against him.
Oh my God. He's riding in on an
Some of those girls
elephant.
he was getting were cute. I like though how all these guys now, like Doc Antle and Jeff Lowe, they're all coming out speaking out against Tiger King. It's like, you guys weren't misquoted. You're on video.
Right. Yeah.
They took it out of context.
You
They
Well,
said-
take
did.
your polygamy out of context. We take your swinger lifestyle and all your shady dealings out of context, or is it just who you are and you don't like people seeing it?
Yeah. Wildlife enthusiast. I love that. I'm a wildlife enthusiast. And that's how I get my ladies.
I would
Like
be.
keeping the wildlife in cages, out of the wild.
But that Doc Antle though, he was the most legit out of all these people because he
Yeah.
had consulted on movies and he'd been on Leno, like all these shows with the animals.
Well,
and,
he
you
had
know.
the money to do it right.
Yeah.
He had the money to get the permits, to get the train, to, you know what I mean?
But he also cuts a lot of corners. But that's why he has those women to work with the animals, because he basically has slave labor. And then he also, they're asking him about like, hey, where do these tigers go when you're done with them? And he's either selling them or killing them.
Well, I'm talking about facility-wise, to keep things up to code and stuff like that. He has the money to do that. I'm not saying he's a good guy, but he's not resorting to feeding people expired meat pizza.
But Mary, think about this though. You mean to tell me you wouldn't fall victim to, say you're in Vegas back when you were drunk mayor and you're walking the strip,
Man, drunk
and
mayor would fall for a Taco Bell.
I was like, let me finish. Guy comes by with a big ass limo. He rolls down the window. It has like 4 girls in there. He's like, hey, Mary, or whatever your name is, you want to get in here and pet my little tiger? And you're like, yeah, whatever. I don't want to do
Listen,
that.
we're all getting in. There's
Exactly.
not one of us
I
that
think-
isn't
I would
getting in.
Exactly.
absolutely.
And it was like, it's a
Especially if I was drunk.
cute little tiger. It was so cute. And
Oh, he has an actual tiger in there.
Yeah.
it's a
That
baby
was just a
tiger.
euphemism.
That was Jeff Lowe's business in Vegas. Is he had
Carrying them
Tiger
through.
bus.
tiger bus. He would drive around and put people on this bus
On a party bus.
and let them play with the tiger
See
as he
how
drove
drunk
from different kids to different clubs.
I would be all over Instagram like, here's my pet.
Here's the thing. I would definitely 100% get in that car. But
And
I
Regular
mean,
Mayor's getting in that car.
regular mayor's not getting in that car.
No.
No, I wouldn't get.
You'll
I'm
go up to the
not
hotel
getting
room.
into it. No, I am not. I travel alone for a living. I know not to get myself into situations
But
with
it's
men
a
by themselves.
tiger.
It doesn't matter what it is.
a big
When other people
tiger.
do it, it weirds me out. But I can touch my own. Yes.
What if you're on edibles?
No, when I'm high, I don't make poor decisions other than snacking. I've never done anything high that I regretted other than eating too much
but
food.
you
What if
might
he
not
said,
regret
would you
this.
like to snack on my tiger?
Tiger chips?
Whatever. Just take a big old bite out of.
But you're not getting taken away or anything like this. You're just getting in and taking those pictures and hanging out with them for a little while.
No. As a woman, I'm not getting into a vehicle
What if you
with
had
a man.
what if I was with you?
I would feel better if a man was with me. But I would not do that by myself. And even up to a hotel room and stuff, man. No, people
I'm not
could
going
have
up to a
guns
hotel
and-
room.
Yeah.
I'm not going up to a hotel
Also,
room.
if you get in a car, you're not in charge of where that car's going.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You
too.
can't do once you're in there. What do you tuck and roll out?
Yeah. Anyway, all right. I got a break. If you want to get a text into me, 35192. Next chance for you to grab yourself $1,000 is coming up at 4:30.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And